at this stage, we've signed, luckily. Now that we've signed, what's next?
So the next step will be for the Sierra Leonean Parliament to ratify the compact. That's the next step in the implementation process. Once that happens, we will be able to set up what's called the Millennium Challenge Authority here in Sierra Leone. That's a board of directors and staff that includes members of the government, civil society, and the private sector. They will be responsible for directing the overall implementation of the $480 million compact. So we're looking forward to seeing that ratified through the Parliament, seeing that institution established so that we can begin the work. As soon as the MCA is staffed and up and running, they will begin the process of contracting out the engineering studies that need to be done for the construction. They'll begin working on several of the regulatory changes that the government hopes that we can support them to make in the power sector, and they'll begin putting in place the various environmental studies and other things that need to precede the construction work.
These people who would be working along, obviously, for sure, they would be getting remuneration for their services. Does it come from the $480 million?
So the salary of the staff of the MCA, the professionals that will be working for the MCA, is paid for by the MCC $480 million. The members of the boards of directors do not get additional remuneration for their service.
I ask this because there are times as well when conversations on some of these grants about how it's spent, you'd hear that some parts of the budget, if not even a huge chunk, also went to remuneration for experts that were mandated to come into the country for the execution of that grant, which in itself drastically reduces the amount of money that goes into the actual work, and in this case, the energy sector. So 480 million, some portions of it are going to remuneration.
So I think it's important to note the MCA staff are Sierra Leoneans. They're not expatriates, so they'll be hired from Sierra Leone. But yes, if you look at the breakdown within the compact itself, there are various categories of funding for each of the projects, which includes the portion that will be spent on the MCA administration. It's a fraction of the overall $480 million, but it's important because someone has to do the contracting, administration, et cetera. The actual American staff that come from MCC are not paid out of that $480 million. So the MCC staff that work at my embassy are covered by MCC's operational funds, which are different from the $480 million compact.